Welcome back to College Skills 103. You're now in week 2 of the course. Let's open up with some reminders. Be sure to sign up for Remind if you haven't. That's essential. I'll give you the directions again here in a moment for ease of access. Also, we want to talk about the week 2 assignments. First up, as you can see here, you have your personality type worksheet. Next, a learning style survey, followed by Journal 2, which is all about discovering your learning identity. Next, you have the career exploration project, followed by meeting your teammates and discussing the project and exchanging contact information. You may have already started that process. And if you have, congratulations. If you haven't, it's not too late. Go ahead and do that this week. And then we'll follow it up with the pro tip and reminders section to wrap it up. All right. So let's get in the right frame of mind. As a reminder, you signed up for a 5-week course as the work of 14-week course. This means that there will be condensing of the work of 14 weeks into just 5 weeks. So with that in mind, you understand that there's much to complete in a short amount of time. But with dedication and commitment, you will be able to meet these challenges. So as I mentioned just a moment ago, if you haven't signed up for Remind, go ahead and do so. On the next little page, there'll be directions again. The Remind registration, you can get to that by texting at COL 103004 to phone number 81010. And I do want to be clear, when you text, include the @ sign. And this is the full phone number. Let me get my pointer. This is the full phone number, the 81010. That's the full phone number. All right. Be sure that you select student when it asks you. Enter your name, your your whatever name you're called in this course, whether it be your first name or whatnot, and your last name for identification. Okay. All right. So accessing your work for the week, you will just access it just as you did week 1, but you'll click on the week 2 for this week. All right. So within week 2, you will have the personality type worksheet, the learning style survey, Journal 2, career exploration project, and then, of course, meet your teammates to discuss the project and exchange contact information. So first up, the personality type worksheet. So for this, you'll have several steps. So let's get into those. Step 1, complete the personality test at, and you can see the website here, the www.16personalities.com, okay? And then, you have the /personality-types. Now, you can access this actually through the worksheet that is attached to that assignment, so you don't have to type all of that in. Okay. Step 2, utilize the information from that completed personality test to complete the personality test results worksheet. Step 3, submit your completed personality test results worksheet. Okay. All right. And just as a reminder, submission process, you can see here, you would click upload files, you would find your file. And then once you have that file selected and you can see it there, you would click submit. Okay. Do not select create submission. You're not typing anything into a text box. You are uploading that file. Make sure, again, this is a reminder, be sure that you are submitting your files in Word or PDF format. If I can't open it, I can't grade it. So one area I noticed that this is a problem is if you are on a Mac. Macs are excellent, but the file type is not compatible. So then you would need to save it as a PDF or a Word document. It's pretty easy for you to save it as a PDF because PDF is included on Macs as well. So you would just When you do save as, you would save it as a PDF and just upload it in that format. So next we have the learning style survey. So you can see the steps again will be outlined for you for this learning style survey. Step 1, you'll complete that self-assessment at this website, literacynet.org. Again, you will not have to type all that in. Just go to the worksheet that is attached to that assignment and click on the link. And there you will discover your preferred learning styles. Step 2, utilize the information from that completed personality test and complete the multiple intelligence results worksheet. Okay? Then you will submit your completed worksheet. Okay? Again, here we are. The multiple intelligence worksheet file is there. Once you complete that, you'll upload that file where you saved it on your device, and then you would submit your work. All right. Again, if I cannot open the document, I cannot grade it. Ensure that you submit all of your work in the proper files. Again, Word or PDF. I just want to emphasize it. Next, you have Journal 2, Discovering Your Learning Identity. This one, again, who are you as a learner? Be sure that you answer all of the provided questions using MLA format, and I have included that for you in this course. Be sure to use that format. You will answer those guiding questions. What is your personal responsibility? To you, what does personal responsibility mean? Why is it important to adopt a creator mindset? Which inner voice do you hear most? How does it affect you? Are you able to change the way you talk to yourself when this happens? What is your 4-letter personality type? What do you think the assessment was? Do you think it was accurate? This is talking about the assessments that you took earlier. Everything is building. So for instance, let me click back. You were doing your learning style survey, and you also would have completed your personality test results. So you'll be using this information and more to complete your journal. Let me get forward in this. Okay. All right. And what is your 4-letter personality type? What do you think the assessment was? Do you feel it was accurate? Why or why not? Okay. Again, what is your preferred learning style? Do you think there's a connection between personality type and learning style? And explain that. Give a little bit more about that. Do you consider yourself a good active listener? Why or why not? Do you think this is connected to your personality type or learning type at all? And do explain that. All right. In the same process, you would just upload that file and then submit it. All right. Now, this is the biggest project this week. You'll want to get a start on this. I have a message actually in our Blackboard page that states that you'll want to go ahead and get a jump start on this career exploration project, because as you can see, these other items, while they do take time, they don't take as much time. As long as you get a jump on them, you can take care of that likely in one sitting. This career exploration project does take time. Okay. So again, this is the most involved and detailed assignment this week. And I have that message, as I mentioned, trust me, start this one right away. So the career exploration project, you'll just click on that to get that template. Again, I have it in 2 places for ease of access. Once you complete it, you know what to do. But let's talk about it a little bit more. For this, go ahead and schedule an online or in-person session with either someone in the tutoring center or an individual in the Career Employability Resource Center. Now, when you do that, it will not only help you with this assignment, but in just a moment when I give you the pro tip, and tell you about your upcoming assignments, it will help you for the following week as well, because you can use it for kind of double usage, knocking out two birds with one stone. All right, so step one, you will complete the Pathway U self-assessments and career exploration project sheets. And that's telling you that's 250 points category. And so you would just go to this website within Tri-County's page, web page. And again, you don't have to type all that in. Just click on the link in the worksheet that is provided for you. Step two, submit the first draft of your resume. This is the first draft is the 50 points. And so you want to make sure that you do that, and you have the link there for that. And if you're thinking, I'm not sure about my resume, again, this is where you're going to receive help. All you have to do is go ahead and schedule that and get that underway. Remember, I said it's essential that you go ahead and start this right away. All right. Now, step three, you will, once all of this is completed together, you would submit that final draft of your resume. Now, the resume, there'll be a resume checklist. You'll have that signed by the individual if you do it in person, in Tutoring Center or the Career Employability Resources Center. If you don't do it in person, that's okay. The email confirmation or screenshots during your meeting with them, if you meet with them online, you can be creative about that verification, just as long as I know there's proof of you meeting with them. All right. So there'll be several components to this for you to complete, and I have them laid out here for you. So you can see that there are multiple components to it. And that's why I said you need to ensure that you start on this early. Okay. All right. All right. Once it's all done, then you would submit and for me to grade. All right. Perfect. Moving forward, next section is all about meeting your teammates and discussing the project that's not that far on down in the course because it is a fast track. So you'll want to go ahead and meet and exchange that contact information. Remember, I have emailed the updated teammate information, and this would be in the class announcements. Now, if students are no longer in the course at some point, then I will make those adjustments as needed to your group membership. Now, I make groups a little big at the start of the course to kind of cushion you, because a group can be 3 people, minimum, of course, 2 people. But I try to start with 5 to 6 people so that if students leave the group, you still have, you still have enough people in your team. So just keep that in mind as we're going. I'm hopeful that everybody will be successful, though. I noticed that with assignments, earlier in the weeks, people had turned in at least one assignment. So when I check, as I mentioned earlier, when I check later, I'm hopeful that everyone will have completed the assignments that are, required for week one. All right. Now, as another reminder, your team has a meeting space allocated at the bottom left of our Blackboard page. This is where you would do your initial collaboration, getting phone numbers and things like that, getting your contact information for ease of access. And then you don't have to use that space unless you would like to. It's a nice space. It has areas for you to email each other, share files, and all those things. But I also want you to have the ease of access area. So if you want to share files there for your project, or if you want to do that on Google Docs or whatever other means, that's perfectly fine as well. I just wanted to provide you a space for collaboration. All right, so now we're ready for the pro tip section. As mentioned, this is a 5-week course that has the work of 14 weeks. To be successful, always look ahead and work ahead whenever possible. Now, with that in mind, next week's assignments are the Campus Resources Project, Campus Engagement, and Campus Engagement is broken down into 2 parts. That would be the proof and also the reflection. So the proof, just as I talked about earlier, where if you talk to someone in the tutoring center about your project, you talk to someone in the career employability resource center, you have that proof. You've already taken care of that component of the campus engagement assignment for next week. That's why I mentioned that you could essentially knock out 2 things at once by taking care of that. Um, and so you want to be especially mindful of that, going ahead and getting that appointment scheduled and whatnot. And then you want to just take a look at that campus resources project because it is involved. That's why you have the campus engagement and the campus resources project in that week. But it is involved. You cannot wait till the last minute. Um, this is a class that helps you to work through those issues because the issues of procrastination, because if you do procrastinate, you will not be successful with these activities because they're activities that take time. They're done in stages, and you're not able just to do them at the last minute in 30 minutes and try to toss it together. Okay. All right. So now, again, all week 2 work is due by 11:59 this Sunday. Again, don't wait till last minute. Why? Because it takes time to do these assignments and technology, the internet can be fickle. But do remember that you can do this. You can make it happen. Just remember your why. Why did you sign up for this course? If you knew, hey, I have 3 more credits and I'll get to where I need to be, wherever that is. If that's bridging, if that's completion of degree, if that's GPA, whatever your goal is, or if it's, I know that I need this so that I can be prepared for my coursework. Whatever your goal is, keep that in mind. All right. Again, you can do this. Now, there's no time like the present to make it happen. So let's get started.